There's no such thing as Route Zero. That's what everyone told Kai when he first heard the stories. Rumors passed between trainers like ghost tales around a campfire. A hidden road that doesn't exist on any map. A place you could only find when you weren't looking for it. Some claimed it was a glitch in reality. Others said it was cursed. And the unlucky few who returned from it whispered of strange Pokémon with eyes that watched. Really watched. Like they understood more than they should. Kai didn't believe in that nonsense. Until the day he found it. It started like any other journey. Kai was traveling through Johto's quiet back routes, heading toward Goldenrod City after a long detour through Ekrutiek. His trusty partner, a Typhlosion named Ashen, padded alongside him, flicking embers from its blazing mane to light their path as the sun dipped below the horizon. The road forked where it wasn't supposed to. There was no signpost, just an overgrown path leading into a thicket of dark trees. The main road stretched wide and clear to the left, but something pulled at Kai's curiosity. The faint glint of a weathered sign hidden in the brush caught his attention. Wiping away the vines, he squinted in the fading light. Route Zero. His heart skipped. A joke? A coincidence? Maybe some prankster put it there. But he'd been a trainer long enough to know when something didn't feel right. The air was too still, the shadows too deep. But curiosity was a dangerous thing. Kai stepped onto Route Zero. The change was immediate. The air grew colder, dense like a fog pressing against his skin. The sky above was stuck in perpetual twilight, neither fully dark nor light. The dirt path twisted unnaturally, with sharp, unnatural turns that seemed designed to confuse. There were Pokémon, but not like any Kai had seen before. They resembled familiar species. Pidgey with wings too long and thin, Hoothoot with extra eyes blinking out of sync, Rattata with teeth that seemed to keep growing even after death. They didn't attack. They just watched. Ashen growled low in his throat, uneasy. Kai pressed on, his sense of direction unraveling with each step. His Pokégear's map spun wildly, no matter how he turned. No GPS, no signal. The battery died far too quickly, though he charged it that morning. Then he saw it, a trainer standing alone on the path ahead. The boy looked like any other trainer, dressed in tattered clothes, his back turned to Kai. He didn't move, didn't acknowledge their approach. Kai called out. No response. Ashen's flames flared brighter as they got closer, casting long, warped shadows. Kai reached out, his fingers trembling as they touched the boy's shoulder. Cold, too cold. The boy collapsed like a marionette with its strings cut. His face was frozen in an expression of terror, eyes wide, mouth slightly open as if mid-scream, but no sound came. Not anymore. Clutched tightly in his stiff hand was a Pokeball. Kai picked it up, heart pounding. It was heavier than it should have been, the metal cold as ice. He tried to open it. Nothing happened. Not a click, not a flicker. Just nothing. Ashen growled, fur bristling, staring past Kai into the trees. That's when he realized they weren't alone. Shapes moved between the trees, dark figures shifting just out of sight. Their outlines were wrong, twisted, jagged, like Pokémon stretched beyond their natural limits. Kai backed away, clutching Ashen's Pokeball, but the forest shifted around him. The path behind was gone, replaced by more trees, more darkness. They were trapped. Kai ran. The forest blurred, his footsteps pounding against ground that felt too soft, like walking on something that wasn't dirt. The air grew thinner, each breath a struggle. Ashen sprinted beside him, flames dimming as if the very light was being sucked away. Then, just as suddenly, they burst into an open clearing. At its center stood a single signpost. Route Zero. But the lettering was scratched out, replaced with something carved deep into the wood, letters jagged and uneven. There is no way back. Kai's legs gave out. He collapsed, gasping for air, clutching Ashen like a lifeline. The sky above wasn't a sky anymore, just a vast empty void where stars should have been, bleeding into the horizon like spilled ink. And then he heard it. A voice. Soft, right next to his ear, though no one was there. Why are you here? Kai didn't remember falling asleep, but when he woke up, he was lying on a familiar road under the bright morning sun. No trees. No sign. No Route Zero. Ashen was there, sleeping beside him, but its flames were gone. Just faint embers glowing weakly in its fur. The Pokeball he'd picked up was still in his pocket. Still cold. Still sealed. Kai made it to Goldenrod eventually, but he was never the same. His reflection sometimes lagged in mirrors, like it was remembering how to move. Ashen never roared again. Its fire never returned. And at night, when Kai tried to sleep, he'd hear whispers coming from that cold Pokeball. Words just soft enough to almost understand. But not quite. Not yet. The end.